mute now. Have fun.
So, I was thinking we could probably start this with her asking him, obviously, about a walk. A walksy walk. I believe this is during the first week, because it was. She was vibing with Franklin on the first week, and the second week was with Ram, right? Because it took a little bit of time to get all that rolling. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I want to make sure my notes were in order. Because at one point my brain was like, no, it was one and then the other. I was like, wait a minute, no. So I'm thinking this is probably like midweek of the first week. Because she has been like to and fro, out and about, checking things out, exploring.
All right.
I guess I have a general question right now before the RP starts. Like, since she's obviously keeping an eye on him too, like, what has he been up to? Franklin.
Frank. Oh, sorry, choking on water apparently. So, Franklin has been up to nothing. No, I lied. Basically, he's been mostly staying indoors, doing the little stuff here and there, helping around. But he does, take his breaks where he just, sits on like, second story, look out of stuff. Sometimes he'll go out when the weather's a little bit nicer for him, stuff like that. Overall, very much more so cases enjoying the scenery and just enjoying the fresh air more so than anything.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't do anything too, like interesting or spectacular in that regard. But yeah,
A lot of reading, I presume.
yeah.
Since he's a Noxian, and I know that they have like difficulties with sun, how sensitive, from Lauren's experience of Franklin and others, that she's come in the vicinity with, like how do they
He
usually go about handling it?
he's about as sensitive as Lorne is to the sun, so he
Oh,
just
okay.
burn easier. So basically, like he can lather up on the sunscreen and he'll be good for a couple hours.
Okay.
It's why it's why he does for the most part wear the longer sleeves when he's outside,
Mm-hmm.
especially on planet, just because it saves on the sunscreen and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm
And
like,
he has a baseball cap.
yes. I love that.
Um, but yeah, he wears a little bit of sunscreen on like the back of his neck and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
just because the baseball cap doesn't cover all of that. So he does have to do that,
There's
but
no
it's not
diff.
like he steps outside and goes ah.
Okay, okay, because I was
Not
under
bad.
the impression that it was like sizzle, sizzle, burn under, under the sun.
It's not that bad. It's same thing with the drifters where like they burn
Mm-hmm.
quickly. And the drifters and Noxians don't tan; they just burn.
Yep. Yeah, I figured Lorne, she willingly takes the burn, sometimes, because sun, awesome, sun, hence big hat usually when she's out and about.
Yeah.
Like Marceline it up. Okay. Cool. So this will be probably like midday. Um, how is his sleep schedule? Does he keep it up with everyone else, or is he kind of like pulling like second shift?
Um. So he tries to keep it up with everyone else. Like Frank has a very flexible sleep schedule. Just because I'm a Rossi, he has mastered the art of having a different sleep schedule for each day.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those people.
Without like looking like he lost a wink of sleep.
Yeah.
Damn.
So he's able to easily change his schedule to like match up other people.
Nice.
And the reason for that is just because,
Pilot.
him being like the main pilot,
Mm-hmm.
um, he tries to make sure there's always at least one person in the cockpit. So sometimes, no, his schedule lines up with Melv's, and we're both in there. Sometimes it's just him in there. Sometimes it's just Melv in there.
Okay.
On rare occasions, it's Trent.
Oh, Trent spends time up there?
Oh, yeah. But normally it's just Trent by himself for like 2 or 3 hours.
Okay. Sounds good, sounds good. Okay.
But that is like a once in a blue moon sort of thing where like the schedules don't line up, so Trent has to make up for it because even though Trent can't pilot Verasi, he knows how to turn the autopilot on and off.
Okay. Well, if you want to retro in that Lorne can be of help there as well, if you need to.
E, well, because she does have a piloting.
Mm-hmm. One baby
Yep,
piloting.
E.
Might be two now, I'd have to check, but yeah. A small pilot. She is as skilled as Trent, at least, on pushing the autopilot button.
Very good.
Yes, and also equally as skilled, if not more, possibly to retrieving someone if something goes bad.
Trent pushes via speakers. Hello.
I suppose.
There's a problem. Lorne
Slides. Yeah.
slides from events. Hello. There's a problem.
Yeah. There's
Captain.
something wrong.
Captain. Slow, long finger pokes. Captain slowly opens it. Oh, it's just Lorne.
It's like
But hey,
those,
at least it wakes you up.
yes, it's like those horror comics, like it's all full color, and then you've got like the one panel of black and white super horror. And then it's all good again. Okay, tangent. So I figure that she's probably situated somewhere nearby, doing her own beating thing. She
Okay.
does a lot of beating.
Yeah, she does.
She do. And she'll be vibing there when the RP starts.
Okay.
So it'll probably be after, like, I presume a companionable silence, since I imagine they have a lot of those.
Yeah. Franklin's a quiet boy.
And this will probably be, because I'm sure he's fairly good at reading her as well. She has tells that she has been mulling over something to ask for a small bit. Has been trying to figure out how to ask it.
Okay. The question is, does Lauren start off a proper conversation, or is it Franklin?
I was thinking Lorne could. She'd muster up her courage.
Because if Lauren spends too long, Franklin will ask stuff.
Okay. Well, I can roll a. Let's see. We'll do a d6 to see where in the hour, how long it takes her. So 1 to 3 would be like. Probably she says. Or I. In 1d2. Odd, she is talking before he does.
Okay.
Even he gets her.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay. So, some point during the lull silence where Lauren's doing the beating, Franklin's doing the reading, Franklin kind of sits down his bookie and says, so, what are you working on right now?
Oh, I've been working on these projects. And she'll hold up what she is currently working on. There's actually a couple different things she's got splayed out in her lap. She's probably wearing like a longer dress right now, so she's got like the dress pulled taut. So it's like impromptu work, her own little work area. So there's some unfinished bracelets in front of her. There's like a almost finished fish. And she'll hold up one of them that she's working on.
Okay. He kind of nods his head. Well, it looks like we're coming along quite well.
Thanks. I am. Give me a second. I did want to thank you again, by the way, for the beads.
Oh, well, it's no problem, Lorne. I know you'll use them.
I have been. And like her whole face lights up as she like kind of scooches over the box that he had given her, because it in itself was basically its own carrying case, right? Because she's got her own carrying case and now she's got the new one, and she carries them both with her now. And she's been pulling beads from both as well to make the stuff. As you can see, I've been using them a lot.
Well, it's good to see that they're already making good use.
Yes, thank you.
Just smiles. So, it seems like there's something that you want to ask.
She shyly smiles, like, yes, there is.
Well, go ahead.
She like straightens up a little in her posture that she sits, and she's a tall lady, so
Head looks up.
yeah, pretty much. Well, I think because she's sitting on the ground, probably beside, like nearby his position. Where is he usually reading from? A chair or something?
Normally a chair, sometimes on a step. Like position changes depending upon like how he's feeling. Like when your job mostly consists of you sitting in a chair all the time, you sometimes willfully choose less comfortable areas to sit.
I suppose. So where is he sitting?
Hmm. We'll say right now he's sitting on like a smaller stool.
Oh, okay. So she's so.
So he might actually be at like head height maybe.
Oh yeah. Well, probably while slumped, she was possibly at head height.
Yeah.
And
So
then
now it's like
yeah. Yeah, she's tall. Well, I was going to ask you. I am asking you. Would you like to go on a walk with me? Tonight, or maybe tomorrow night?
um yeah, I would love to. Um any reason for the walk? Or just something to do?
Something to
He
do.
says he says after a moment because there's like that pause where I imagine again there's like ew there probably like there is but I don't want to say
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Like there's
and
that.
so he then very quickly says or do he catches it.
Yeah, that little stretch, the little not finger twirling, but she is
It's not a date if we don't call it a date.
exactly. She is curling some fabric around one of her long fingers, shyly.
All right. Yeah. So we can definitely do that tonight if you want.
Oh, okay. Um, I actually know of a place that we could go, or either setting as a destination or one of the few sites that we may partake in on our jaunt. I happened across it on my way back from the local commune.
All right. You might have to drive out there for it though if it's closer to the commune. But I don't think that'll be much of a trouble.
Yeah,
It's not like anyone's going to need a truck or a car or something.
right.
And if they do, well, just give a call. He shrugs.
Mm-hmm. It's about halfway out there.
All right. Well, it's not too far.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me too much about it.
I
I'm going to want to be a surprise, right?
Yeah. This was, however, during earlier hours, so I may not be the best at directions when it gets a little darker.
Well, that's all right. It's one or two roads, and if we get lost, well, I'm sure we'll end up finding it anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like there's too many directions you could go to miss it.
Mm-hmm. I suppose if we get lost, we'll just ping someone to find us.
Yeah. Small Franklin smile.
Small Lorne smile.
Oh.
Okay.
He nods his head, and I can only imagine they then go back into the lapse of silence.
Yep. Exactly.
not because it's awkward, but it's just what they do.
Yep. What was said needed to be said.
Yep. And half an hour later, some other topic comes up, and then they have like a quick 2-minute discussion,
Mm-hmm.
and then again silence. It's not because we don't have anything to talk about; it's that they're just two quiet beings.
Mm-hmm. I do have another topic that she could mention. It could be either during their walk or now, either.
Well, it's up to you.
It could be something during the walk, I think.
Okay, so we can time skip to the walk.
Yeah.
If you want, roll me a
We could time
brains
skip
navigate.
to the kind of the drive, the road trip.
Yes. That's why you're making it a brains navigation.
Yeah. Oh my god, I have no navigation.
I know, it's great.
Ooh.
No one has navigation.
Oh no. Wait, I have one. I have a baby navigation. I took a lot of ones, okay.
That's all right. Like, that's actually better than nothing. So
Okay, so brains navigation.
remember, 4 dice and something's actually good.
I have 3 dice. I did it. 2 successes.
Nice. Okay, so start off in the trip, and you are able to direct Franklin pretty easily towards a place. Like, there's a couple parts where you're like, is it here? Do we pass it? Is it here? Do we pass? Like, it should be around here somewhere. Like, where's the landmark? And then you remember, there's the dead tree.
Yep,
Okay.
I was say she's one of those people that's landmarks all along the way.
Okay. There's the dead tree. Now, once we get to the old, it's probably not old, but the old, like, fallen over fence, and there's like just 2 specific pieces that you know. That's when Franklin makes a left turn. And then after the left turn, because this is the only turn that needs to get made.
Right.
If you go right, then things get spicy maybe. Because who knows what's that direction? Who knows? But left, that there's another spot that we're going to need to make another turn.
Mm-hmm.
And because this is on the way to the commune now. So
yeah, and she's a little bit more solid on that.
Yeah, got a bit more of an idea where to go. And Franklin doesn't second guess you. You're like, gotta turn left. Franklin's all right, and he turns left. No problem. He is doing the speed limit.
Well,
unlike Celeste, which is like, speed limits are a suggestion to Celeste.
Right. She's not pressing him to go any faster. In fact, she kind of likes the slower speed.
Yeah.
Because while they're driving, she does that thing where she watches out the side and just kind of drinks in everything.
Franklin does actually start to slow down before the next point where he kind of like points out, a little bit to his left. So, driver's side,
Mm-hmm.
and in front, he's just like, looks like some sort of wildlife up ahead. Probably, those, I think they're called deer.
Ooh.
Yeah, deer. And you can see there's a couple of a deer in a field eating away at stuff.
Although, I suppose, because this is an evening jaunt, a night walk, so how dark out do we think that this drive starts at?
I imagine it's just dusk.
Okay.
Because, like, dusk turns into like night pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why you're able to see the deer
Okay.
out and about, because they're I always forget the word, because deer aren't nocturnal. They're the animals that are most active during dawn and dusk.
Oh, yeah. You gotta be careful driving with them.
Yeah, like I remember there's a specific term for them, but yeah, that's what deer are, and these are regular non-mutated deer.
Well, that's super special to Lauren because she has only seen so many deer. In fact, for all we know, this is the first time she's seen deer.
Perhaps.
So she's sitting there in her seat. She is way too big for this seat, or too tall at least. She's not too big. Her knees are probably drawn up a little bit because, and their seat's like probably pushed as far back as possible. And still, she's
Yeah,
too long for this seat.
we need to police academy the seats, but it's a rental.
Yes, exactly. And like she leans forward and kind of oohs and ahs at the wildlife.
I don't know which ones are the male or females, but that's four of them.
They're pretty.
Kind of like nods his head back and forth as he's trying to like determine, are they pretty? And he's like, I guess.
And they're kind of lanky, like me.
Yeah, yeah, but because we've seen a couple of them, I remember. We're gonna go at this speed for now on.
Okay.
Just because I remember I remember reading somewhere that there's like problems with vehicles and deer or deer subspecies. Like we don't really have deer on Noxian, so we don't have to worry about it.
Oh, and we don't have deer at all, so
I imagine deer in space wouldn't work.
no, not really. In fact, we don't really do driving either.
Well, I don't think you're missing out.
The little Lord smirk.
Yeah, I don't really think you're missing out.
It's fun, though.
Can be, yeah. You see your next landmark pop up. You tell him to turn left again, and he does so.
While they're
And,
driving, actually, because you said
okay.
it's about dusk, so the sun is doing its setting thing, right?
Yep.
Lauren is, as it gets to like the really warm hues, like her attention moves from the landscape to more of the skies and the clouds.
Oh.
I always like this part of the day.
Sunset?
Yeah, and
Heads up.
sunrise.
Well, it's normally pretty. Pretty.
Ooh, but chow. Oh, that's just a one empathy on you.
What are you looking for?
Anything really.
He's just trying to enjoy himself.
They-
You don't really get everything like. There's not a lot, or like there's no nervousness. There's nothing like that. It's just Franklin being Franklin. He's enjoying himself.
Mhm.
I like them because of all the oranges and pinks, and that they're so vibrant and so warm.
So, are they your favorite Are they your favorite thing because we have your favorite colors, or is orange your favorite color because of sunsets and sunrises?
I guess orange is close to yellow. But I think I like them just because you don't really see it on screens the same way as it is in person.
I guess.
Paints and beads can catch the same kind of oranges, but screens I don't think do. It's like when you take a picture with with our tablets. And the color never is quite right.
Well, I think that has something to do with us being human.
Probably.
Just the naturalness of it is good.
Mm-hmm.
Another day is over, or another day's beginning sort of feelings that you get.
Maybe. I know that sunrises and sunsets are different in space.
Yeah, they're a bit different.
You didn't really see much on your planet, I'd assume.
Not unless you went into the upper atmosphere areas. And you mostly didn't want to do that because, well, toxic clouds.
Mm-hmm.
He says with a small chuckle. So if you live too low, toxic clouds. If you live too high, toxic clouds. You have to live right in the middle, or underground.
Just right.
Yep. That's why we're also pale. Not a lot of sunlight,
Yeah.
but we do.
Were they different colors then? Because of the atmosphere?
Yeah. There's a lot more greens. The water is also full of algae. Well, it's not. Well, there is actual pockets of water, and almost all of them are just stuff full of algae. But like I said before, it's mostly the more gaseous sort of weird liquids, oceans that we have, where you don't really swim in because it's kind of dangerous, and really weird things live in there. But it's home. But there's a lot of bioluminescent stuff, which are lots of vibrant colors.
I'm gonna do empathy on him again. Mainly just how he feels about home, because he's talking about it.
Decent chunk of successes there.
Yeah.
There's not exactly a sadness of like, oh, I miss my home TM, but it is like, a fondness when he talks about his home. Like, even though, from what you understand about Nox, is that it's kind of a shitty place. Even some things that he said kind of makes it sound kind of drab and whatnot, but even though it's kind of sounds like it's not the best place, there's no like animosity. There's still the thing of like it's home. There's still like a fondness for it in my heart, sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's very much get that. He's not sad, but he's talking about he's not like homesick and talks about it, but he talks about it in a fondness sort of way.
Hey. That make her happy. Happy. It's like the nostalgia kind of thing. You talk about something that you're removed enough from it that you just remember the good stuff.
And then you go back to Nox, like, oh, I fucking hate this place.
Right.
Fucking hate this place.
Fuck.
It's like you're like, oh fuck, I love the Jaws movies. Then you watch the Jaws movies, you're just like, fuck, I forgot how boring these movies are. But until the very end, you're like, yeah.
Rooting for the shark. There you go.
Where I was like, fuck, this movie's so boring. Oh. Just remember, Jaws only had like 2 or 3 kills.
Is this Trent's opinion on Jaws on the ancient Terran film?
Space sharks.
Sharknado is on like
what y'all watch is
1,000th iteration.
Jaws in space.
Oh my god. Space Megalodon.
Space Megalodon. That's Jaws in space too. Yeah. Space Megalodon.
Hell yeah. Or space whales. Which is kind of a neat image. So, yeah, Lorne will fall into a thoughtful sounds as she watches everything around her. Still directing, obviously.
Okay.
Glancing over at Franklin occasionally.
E. Um, you eventually get to a spot where you want to go. He pulls over.
Mm-hmm. And the spot, what makes it special, that caught her eye is that it's a field. Like, I'm certain they've passed many fields up to this point, being a
Mini
rural
a field.
farming. This is a different kind of field. It's a field of flowers.
A flower field.
Yeah. Full of a bunch of different kinds. Different patches of different colors.
So it's like a, yeah, are these like, is this like a tended field or is this like a wildflower sort of field?
Yeah, it's wildflowers.
Okay.
Leading up to the point, I'm sure they found, like, in rural areas, there's a lot of wildflowers that'll grow on the sides of the road as well.
E.
So leading up to that point, there would be some nice stuff too. And Jill
Alright,
pointed out
alright.
like some patches that she had noticed earlier too. And like,
I saw those earlier and I thought they were really pretty.
Yeah. He says agreeing. With a single word. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, they get there. Probably pull over on the side of a dirt road or something.
Okay. Yep, he pulls over, turns off the car, takes the keys out of the ignition.
Yeah. Thank you for driving.
Well, it certainly looks like a nice spot.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you for inviting me. Small Franklin smile.
Small Lorne smile. She'll clamber out of the car. Normally, not out the window or something.
Just opens the car door,
Hup.
scrambles out, closes the door. Rather than rolling down the window and pulling himself out.
Right.
Guess I likes it like a normal person.
Well, it's also a bit easier, I think.
I guess.
She stands and kind of situates herself. She did have the bigger hat, but that's kind of in the back of the car now since it's getting darker out. And she probably...
Big eyes.
Yeah, and her big eyes, yeah. And she probably has a flashlight for herself. Another one for Franklin, although I don't know if she's ever actually talked about this, which in fact we'll walk into the conversation right now.
So I grabbed these.
And she holds up 2 flashlights.
Do you... I guess I didn't really think about it. Do you need a flashlight?
Kinda.
Would you like it?
Well, I suppose I could use it. He did bring it.
She holds it out.
He will take it. I do have better eyesight than some when it comes to the dark, but can't make out a lot of detail.
Okay. I'll make sure to keep the light away from your eyes.
Oh, it's all right. It's just having the flashlight will mean that my eyes don't do the big pupil thing.
Well, like this. No.
Her eyes are probably like massive right now just because of how dark it is.
Yeah.
I get that sometimes.
Well, it does help you see.
She'll turn on her flashlight and keep it pointed down at the ground. Kind of wiggle it a couple times. It's probably older.
All right. Do so, no problem. All right. Well, you can lead the way.
Okay.
And
I did some scouting, and I think I spotted a trail that kind of did a loop around this.
all right. Well, I wonder if it's someone else's trail or an animal trail.
Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
I guess we will.
And she'll start walking.
and he will follow behind or walk, next,
Mm-hmm.
depending upon, the size of a trail.
It varies.
E.
She makes room for him as well as she can. And her
E.
pace is slow enough that he can walk at a leisurely pace. Because she's tall, she could probably cover a lot of ground. If she really wanted to.
The only thing that slows her down is gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how are you?
Doing all right.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good.
Well, looks like we're both doing all right and good then.
Yes.
Gone over there. Oh, come on. She's enjoying it, okay? There is an awkwardness there, but it's not like an unfriendly awkwardness or anything. Right. She is very happy to be with him, certainly. And that they're going on a walk. She's happy.
Yep.
And as
Franklin doesn't comment on the awkwardness or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just here to go on a walk, spend time with a friend,
Yeah.
and not make it awkward.
Yeah. So they make a little bit around some of the flowers. She's probably picked a couple already.
I don't know if I'm allowed to pick these, but I'm picking them anyway.
I didn't see any fences, so I don't think it's anyone's property.
Are there any that you want me to grab in particular?
Seems to be really thoughtful on this matter as he looks around as we're walking, shining his light across certain things here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll say, well, I know we're not the prettiest, but they do smell nice. Lavender's up ahead, I think.
Ooh. Good smelling stuff, always good.
Yep.
I think I know which ones those are. Hannah pointed them out to me once.
Yeah, I just remember they're tall and purple.
Purple.
And a bit sweet, too. Well, apparently that you can eat them, they're kind of sweet and tangy. It's weird, but I wouldn't do that. Eating flowers is a little bit weird.
Is it?
I think so.
I know that some of them are edible.
Yeah, I think lavender are edible.
I think so. I heard about lavender cookies. In fact, now that I think about it, one of the other planets, I think I had a lavender cookie.
As they get closer and catch the the waft of lavender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Was it violet?
It was, yeah, violet was purple. And you know what's funny? Is that they kind of taste like how they smell. Which means I didn't really like it.
No, it's I bet they're a weird flavor.
Tasted like soap. But they smell nice. The flowers, I mean.
Yeah, well, I bet the cookies smelled good too.
I don't remember what the cookies smelled like.
Well, it must have been bad then, he says, with a sort of an expression of if you don't remember what it smelled like, must have been bad.
No, they weren't bad. They didn't leave them. The taste left more of an impression.
she is reaching out and plucking some lavender for him, and then for herself.
He will accept this offering of flowers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And she'll take some other flowers, and she'll shove a couple like into her hair, like behind her ear.
You know, you could weave a little headband out of flower stems.
I could. I am thinking of which ones I'll do that with. I can make you one if you would like.
What? Only if you want to.
I do.
Okay.
Which flowers?
I don't really think lavender would fit too well in a headband.
Then we'll keep walking and see if we find something.
Well, you got the better artistic eye. I think you'll be able to figure that one out.
I'll try. Not all stalks are made the same.
I think that's true for anything.
And she'll look, and I think, I'm trying to think of which kind of flowers are better for that, because there's a kind that you can weave into chains, and that's because it's more like dandelions, because they're more squishy, and so you can actually manipulate them better.
You know, like daisies, no, not tulips. Like things that are related to daisies and stuff like that.
I think so. So she's keeping an eye out, but it's dark. She does have a flashlight, but still.
Yeah.
Everything looks so much different at night.
Yeah.
Flicks the beam around. And we'll roll a thingy to see how good she is at finding flowers. That work, at least.
Okay.
What did you say? Straight attention, I think?
search. Attention search.
Oh boy, I gotta get some search. At 1 point. Oh, nope.
Unfortunately, you don't really find a lot. You find a couple here and there, but not too many.
She'll take what she finds.
Okay.
Is this enough?
Well, if you cheat and use some other stuff to weave with, it would be.
I like your thinking.
She pulls
You
out
gotta make do what you got.
pulls out the inevitable string that she keeps with her.
And some beads.
Beads.
Probably has like a little baggie full of her favorites.
You're always prepared to do some weaving, then.
Mm-hmm. I think we need to find a spot to sit down, though.
Yep. Well, might have to wait till we loop all the way back.
Oh, you don't want to get your butt wet.
I'd rather not, but maybe we'll get lucky and find some stones to sit on.
Maybe. Like a log or something.
I don't know if we'll find a log in the field, but might find something. We are following this random path after all.
Mm-hmm.
Meander along. I suppose a good roll to see if they do find something.
I shall indeed.
You roll.
We
or I
luck
roll?
out.
Oh.
And there's a couple like stones and boulders along like the more hilly section of this field.
Mm-hmm.
So like they probably got turned up a long time ago, or maybe there was like someone put them here forever ago, and then the flowers showed up.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a couple of like bigger stones.
Stones.
Yeah, but you kind of have to cross off of your path to get to them. But it's not. It's like, you know, it's not really a problem. It's like, you know, 20 steps away.
Even
No
less for
biggie.
her. 20 Franklin steps.
Yeah, like a 16-ish lorne, maybe 15.
Yeah. She'll point out the rock.
Oh, well, looks like you'll be luck out. You found your spot to sit.
You're sitting too.
Oh, but everyone that needs a spot to sit.
I'm sure there's enough space.
Oh, I'm not saying that I can't sit. I'm just saying, so you can do your weaving.
Yeah.
She says, walking towards the stone.
He will indeed walk with.
And then when she sits, she looks at the stones. And is there enough room for both of them? Or just for him?
Yeah. Oh, no, there's definitely enough room for both.
Okay.
There's a couple big stones.
She nestles herself in where she's able to kind of angle her legs and kind of do the impromptu table again, like pulling her dress taut again.
Yep, you can do that pretty easily.
Okay.
And she'll do pat pat at the stone next to her.
Okay. And he will take his seat.
Empathy.
What are you looking for?
Anything.
He's enjoying himself.
Yay.
He's also bemused by the fact that she really wants to do the weaving right now.
Right now.
Right now. Can't wait.
Can't wait. Gotta do this.
Yeah. He'll, kind of sit quiet as normal, shining his flashlight across stuff every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Not out like nervous or anything, just, shining the light.
Yeah.
I can just start a little bit. I don't have to finish it. Just starting.
Well, that's all right.
You could try too.
Well, I know I'm not very good at weaving or beading. My hands are too shaky.
You've tried before?
A couple of times, yeah. At least with other things, but shaky hand syndrome.
Has he shown having shaky hands?
You know that with like, it's not like, they're visibly shaking all the time, but he does indeed have like shaky hands where, if he tries to do something, you're like, they're constantly shifting a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I figured she's around him long enough that...
Yeah, it's not like problem TM, it's just some people, have steady enough hands that they can defuse a bomb. Some people
Right.
just don't.
That's very true.
Franklin just doesn't.
Just doesn't, yeah. And she'll start weaving together some of the selected flowers she's found.
And some beads.
And this is one she's making for Franklin. So she includes blue beads.
Oh, very good.
This is the right color, right?
Yep, that's pretty close.
Okay. I want to make sure.
It's all right.
And she'll work on it.
It's kind of cheating using beads.
Only half cheating.
Yep, well, I guess you're right. It's only half.
Besides, it was your idea.
Yeah, but you still took it.
Cheater.
I'm not the one doing it, so I'm not cheating.
Is that how it is?
Yep.
There's absolutely no animosity in her tone.
I can just enable. That's all.
Okay. And you're the enabler.
Yep.
She'll work a little bit away on it. Gentle breeze and just the smells.
E.
It's nice.
Yep, it's nice and cool too.
Yeah. And not too damp.
Yup.
And I'm trying to think. This is probably before the rainstorm. I had a rainstorm happen during one of the RPs. Because it could be before or after, a couple days after. Either one. But yeah, when they sit still, she actually might slide her little shoes off. Get her toesies in the grass.
Okay.
Sorry for making you wait.
There's no reason to apologize.
Did the other part of my sentence come up for that? It was sorry for making you wait.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't hear that, unfortunately.
Okay.
But he nods. It's all right.
Okay. And
She holds up, nearly finished, the crown. Or not crown, but I don't know. It's kind of a bandana crown thing. Wearable.
what do you think?
And I think it's great. Put it on.
It looks nice on you.
Well, good to hear.
And she takes some more flowers and shoves them in her hair.
My hair is long enough that I can just shove them in mine.
All right.
Okay. Thanks for being patient.
I'm pretty good at waiting around. And it wasn't too long anyway, so no reason to apologize.
Oh, what's that?
And she looks up. She was too busy looking at weaving and stuff, so it's probably something that he might have seen before. But
You look up.
flickering lights in the fields.
Those are fireflies.
Oh.
They're not actually made of fire. He very quickly says.
Yeah, like, at first, like, her eyes were growing big. Whether it was alarm or some deep-seated gremlinry.
They're a kind of a bug, and they make their rear ends glow to hunt and to attract mates.
They're pretty.
Yeah, they unfortunately bite.
What?
He says, like, kind of like,
They bite?
Yeah, but they're not poisonous or anything, but they can bite. But they only bite if you bug them, so if they land on you, they won't do anything.
Oh, okay.
But if you try and go and catch one, then they might bite you. So yeah, they're certainly pretty to look at.
Yeah. Does Noxus have a variant of them?
They have something like them, but not actual fireflies. A lot of insects do different bioluminescence, just because it's perpetual dusk almost. So, lots of glowiness. But I don't know why the fireflies didn't work out. I'm sure there's a reason, but he shrugs. I don't know.
work out?
Oh, well, because, the siege ships. They have, like, most of the animals from Terra in them, too, along with people. And so I'm sure they brought fireflies with them, because I'm sure they have a purpose in the, ecosystem, right? But there's no more fireflies on Nox, so for some reason that didn't work out. I'm sure there's a reason for it, just I don't know.
Maybe the air.
Maybe. Probably.
Well, they're here.
Yeah. Probably eating smaller insects.
Speaking of
Pro-
insects, she does like a little slap on her leg.
Yeah, that's why I wear long sleeves. This is a small chuckle.
I'll deal with it. I think it's worth it.
Well, you do got your mobile desk.
I do.
She is slowly gathering her stuff.
Hope I don't lose anything.
You're pretty careful, so I don't think you will.
Except for when I do lose stuff.
Yeah, but, you won't know till you do.
I
He
guess.
says unhelpfully.
Right. She gathers her beads as best she can, scoops them into a little baggie. All the flowers that weren't used are either pocketed, like put in a little, she probably brought a basket, 'cause she always brings baskets around with her. Or are shoved in her hair.
Alright, you can do that pretty easily.
And she'll stand and kind of wipe some of the dirt off. And stretch her long stretch.
Very good. Franklin stands, gonna dust off his legs, and will continue the walk.
And she will walk beside him.
And so they walk.
And so they walk. She want to hold his hand so bad.
Well, Lorne may not be able to hold his handy hand, but Franklin will do the arm loop.
The arm.
Just because, can't hold hands if it's not a date.
That's true.
But Franklin knows,
yeah,
and thus arm loop it is.
arm loop. She is content with an arm loop. It's probably a little awkward because of height, but they make it work somehow.
It would have been awkward holding hands too.
Well, I mean,
Someone's arm's going to be like in a very weird angle.
she is content with her arms being at weird angles. She's a weird angle.
And if you like, we can end that there with the high note of arm loop.
Yeah,
Okay.
arm loopy it is.
Arm loopy it is.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I know you finally got what you needed.
Finally. Yeah, we're good. Thank you.
That was fun.